The story begins with 5 students aspiring to become scientists. The leader of the group is a girl named Kate, with 4 friends alongside her. They are meteorology scientists, studying the nature of weather. Here, Kate is filming a video, explaining that she has created a chemical liquid which they intend to release in the midst of an upcoming storm. With the help of this chemical, they hope to stop the storm. Afterward, they set out in their vehicles. As they approach the storm, one of Kate's friends, Javi, stays behind with his vehicle because he is tasked with activating the devices that will record the storm's data. Meanwhile, Kate and the others proceed forward with the cans of chemicals. As they draw nearer to the storm, visibility fades, causing them to become slightly anxious. They then notice a powerful gust of wind approaching them, strong enough to knock over their cans. Realizing this, they quickly get out of the vehicle and open the cans, releasing the chemical into the storm. As the storm intensifies and collides with the gas, the chemical mixes into it. Seeing this, Kate and her friends feel a sense of relief and start to head back. The devices activate and the readings begin, but instead of stopping, the storm only grows more violent, wreaking havoc. Javi, who is recording the storm's data, reports that the chemical had no effect on the storm whatsoever. Hearing this, they speed up their vehicle in an attempt to escape. Heavy objects begin hitting their vehicle, and soon another vehicle crashes into theirs. They quickly get out and take cover under a nearby bridge, hoping it will provide some shelter. During this time, one of Kate's friends got caught in the storm so badly that he couldn't survive and was swept away, leading to his death. Another friend of Kate's was climbing up when she was hit by flying debris, and sadly, she also died. Kate and another friend tried to climb up, but the storm was still raging with intense force, showing no signs of stopping. Her friend was also swept away and died, leaving only Kate behind. She clung to a piece of metal and stayed there, being the only one among her 4 friends who survived. After a few hours, when the storm finally stopped, Kate came out to find devastation all around, leaving her feeling distressed and heartbroken. Neither the local people nor the weather office had any idea that the storm would grow to such a devastating extent, enveloping the entire city. In this disaster, only Kate and Javi survived. We then see a time jump of 5 years. Kate is now living in New York and working as a reporter at the weather office. She left her old house because, after losing her friends in that incident, she was heartbroken, and living there reminded her of her friends and all those events. One day, Javi comes to her office to meet her and says he needs her help on a project. He explains that his company has developed a tracking system that can predict storms in a completely new way and share that information with everyone. Kate agrees to help him, and they both set out to go to Javi's company. Upon arriving, Javi introduces her to his team. Just then, a famous influencer named Tyler arrives, bringing his entire team with him. His job was to go right into the heart of the storm, assess the situation, and report back with the information. As soon as he arrives, everyone gathers around him, and he even starts selling t-shirts there. He tries to talk to Kate, but she's not interested, so she walks away and joins Javi. After that, Kate, Javi, and their team set out toward the storm's location, but Tyler and his team start following them. Tyler's vehicle passes very close to Javi's vehicle, where Kate was also seated. In the rush, Javi swerves the car aside, causing them to get separated from their team. They were now close to the storm, and as it intensified, they quickly got out of the vehicle. Javi begins setting up his devices, while Kate, haunted by her fears about the storm, starts panicking and tells Javi they should go back. Disturbed, she leaves her work incomplete, and they head back, which makes Javi very angry with her. Meanwhile, Tyler and his team, who were still excited, drive straight into the heart of the storm. To stabilize and secure the vehicle from the risk, Tyler drills into the ground to anchor it, keeping the vehicle steady. They go further into the storm and even set off fireworks, enjoying the thrill. From a distance, Kate and Javi watch them doing this and are left quite astonished. As evening fell, they all checked into a hotel, and Tyler and his team were also staying there. This was the first time Kate properly met Tyler's team, and as she chatted with them, she learned that every member of the team was very knowledgeable about storms. She was surprised to find out that Tyler himself was a prominent scientist. Meanwhile, Javi met with a man who was a dealer and showed him the devastation caused by the storm to people's property. Tyler then tried to befriend Kate. During this time, they received news of another approaching storm. Both teams set out towards it. A little way ahead, they saw two storms in front of them. One looked very dangerous, while the other wasn't as powerful. To create their reports, everyone wanted to head towards the more powerful storm. However, Kate noticed a change in the wind direction and suggested to Javi that they go towards the less intense storm. At first, Javi and the others were a bit doubtful, but they eventually followed her suggestion. We then see that when the wind direction changed, the place where Tyler and his team were located only experienced a mild gust, and the weak storm quickly dissipated. Meanwhile, Kate and her team had to face a powerful storm and some terrifying situations. This time, however, Kate wasn't afraid. She stayed brave and supported Javi. Javi also successfully activated his devices this time. Then, looking at the map, Kate realized that a nearby village had been devastated by the storm. Hearing this, she felt very sad and wanted to help the villagers. When they arrived at the village, Kate saw that Tyler was already there with his team, helping people by providing them with food. One of Tyler's workers mentioned that they sell their items to raise funds to help poor people, which made Kate develop a deep respect for Tyler. Javi had also brought along the dealer he had shown the damaged lands to earlier, and he introduced the dealer to the people living in the area. This struck Kate as strange, but she couldn't figure out what Javi was trying to do. Later, when Kate returned to the hotel, Tyler arrived as well, bringing food for her. They finally struck up a good friendship and started chatting. That night, they went to watch a bullfight match. While they were seated in the stadium, a strong wind suddenly began to blow, quickly turning into a storm. The powerful storm scared everyone, and people started running around in panic. Seeing the crowd so frightened, Kate and Tyler tried to help. They gathered everyone at a shop for shelter. However, there were no buildings or basements nearby, which made it risky to stay there. So, Kate led everyone outside and decided to go under a bridge for safety. Among the group was a couple who tried to escape by getting in their car, but the car got caught in the storm, was lifted, and they tragically died. Soon after, the entire shop they had initially hidden in was swept away by the storm. Kate was helping a little girl and her mother hide under the bridge, while Tyler went back to rescue the shop owner, who was trapped. However, a car came crashing into them, pulling the shop owner into the storm and causing his death. A few hours later, when the storm subsided, Javi brought the dealer back to meet the people. By then, Kate had understood everything and confronted Javi, saying, "Your dealer is trying to force people who lost their homes in the storm to give up their lands. You're taking advantage of people's vulnerability. That's so wrong." Javi responded angrily, saying, "Don't talk to me about right and wrong. I lost 3 friends because of a mistake in your project." Hearing this, Kate fell silent, deeply saddened. When Javi realized his mistake, he apologized to her, but Kate wasn't willing to listen. She got into her car and drove away, heading straight to her home nearby. Her mother was delighted to see her after so long. Kate reminisces over her old school projects, reviving memories. Just then, Tyler arrives and tells her, "I know who you are, Kate. I saw it in the news. None of what happened was your fault." After this, Tyler, Kate, and her mom have dinner together. The next day, Tyler encourages Kate to work on her old project that could stop storms. Hearing this, Kate becomes sad and tearfully tells Tyler, "How can I work on it, when my friends died because of that project?" She's angry at Tyler for bringing it up and tells him to leave. But as Tyler is about to leave in the evening, Kate stops him, apologizes, and asks him to stay because she now needs his help with her project. She agrees to start working on it again, and together they dive into the project. Their readings and everything turn out to be accurate. They take canisters of chemicals and head into the storm. In the eye of the storm, they release the chemicals. At first, the storm grows stronger, but then it gradually weakens and finally stops. This is a huge achievement for Kate, and she's overjoyed that her project has finally succeeded. The next day, Javi comes to meet Kate, apologizes, and explains, "I needed money for my project, so I took the wrong path and brought the dealer in to pressure people." Kate forgives him. The following day, Kate and Tyler go out again to chase another storm. This time, Tyler's entire team and Javi's team join them. As they advance, the storm intensifies so much that they can't see anything ahead, and their vehicle begins to flip. Nearby, an electrical malfunction caused by the storm sets off explosions, and the entire mill catches fire. Seeing this, Javi decides to turn back, while Tyler, Kate, and the others head toward the city since the storm was strong enough to consume everything in its path. When they reach the city, chaos is everywhere. Kate and Tyler direct people to take shelter in a theater. Suddenly, a bus crashes into Tyler, trapping his leg, and a water tank almost falls on them. Javi arrives just in time, freeing Tyler, and they take shelter in the theater. However, the theater's entire roof collapses, and many people perish in the storm. Witnessing this, Kate decides to put an end to it and, without telling anyone, drives off in the vehicle with the chemicals to make her experiment a success. Facing immense challenges, she reaches the eye of the storm, secures her vehicle, activates her device, and releases the chemicals. The chemicals quickly spread into the storm, causing turmoil in the sky and intensifying the storm temporarily. Though Kate survives, the storm gradually weakens as the chemicals dissolve into it. In a few minutes, everything becomes calm, and the storm completely stops. When people realize the danger has passed, they emerge. Tyler and Javi rush over to Kate's overturned vehicle, and she manages to crawl out, injured but alive. Everyone praises Kate for her bravery. Later, Javi takes Kate to the airport as she's heading back to New York to seek funding for her project. Tyler, who has developed feelings for her, shows up at the airport as well. They find out that Kate's flight is delayed, so Tyler takes her back. We're then told that Kate, Tyler, and Javi decide to work on this project together and promise to always stay and work together, bringing this incredible story to an end. I hope you have liked this movie recap. Please like, share, and subscribe for more real recaps.